I don't even know what the title of this morning's message is, but I'll tell you what happened. As you all know, the entire company should be in March Madness right now. Whether you are on a team or not, everybody is fighting, everybody is scrambling to maximize the moment that we have in March Madness and all of the money that's on the table that has the ability to be taken. And so this past weekend, over the next few weekends, um, my son, my 10-year-old Josiah, has is involved in championship caliber tournaments. So this past weekend we were in Ohio, and while we were in Ohio, it was the top 25 um, 10 and under teams in the country, and they were battling it out um, with for the championship. And when we got there, we barely won the first game in the first bracket, and then we lost the second game. However, that does not mean that we did not have the ability to be able to win the championship. And so we're competing against the best of the best in this top 25 tournament. And while competing for the best of the best in this top 25 tournament, one of the things that began to happen is that many of the players on the team, on our team, because this was the first time they had ever been in this type of environment, it was electrifying. Literally, it was thousands of kids from around, not thousands, it was hundreds and hundreds of kids from around the country that was competing. I guess it was thousands, because this went from first grade all the way through eighth. And so the reality is they came up against the team that was ranked number one in the championship bracket. And I remember Josiah saying, Dad, I said, are you ready? That this was the night before. And he said, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, Dad, the team that we're going up against is the number one team in the country. And he began to show me that their star player has about 50,000 followers on Instagram because of all of what he does on the basketball court. And they began to talk about how big the other players were. And they began to literally start doubting themselves based on the perception of the team that they were getting ready to play. When I think about March Madness for Wakanda, and when I think about the progression of what we've gone through, and when I think about how some people did not want to jump into this opportunity because they really didn't feel like they had the ability to win. When I think about some people jumped in the opportunity, but they was looking for a way to be able to insulate themselves and gain more just in case they lose. And I understand because literally you have sapphires going against diamonds. You have emeralds going and rubies going against, you got rubies going against emeralds. And when you look at this, it looks like there's an unfair advantage based on what it looks like and what the other teams have done in times past. And one of the things that I said to them, and I'm going somewhere with this, you guys, I need you to follow me. Because sometimes, and Coach Dan tells you this all the time, I tell you that we tell ourselves no before we even ask for a yes. We count ourselves out before we even allow ourselves to get in. We already think about the fact that we're going to lose before we even strategize a plan to win. And we not only do this in business, but many of us, if we be truthful to ourselves, we do this in life. In life, we're not living the fullness of life that we desire to live just because we don't believe that we have the capacity to live it. So we settle. We look for excuses. We look for opportunities to count ourselves out. instead of looking for opportunities to count ourselves in. So here we are. It's game day. We win or we go home. We win or we go home. And I need to clarify something. What I need to clarify is this particular game that I'm speaking of wasn't the number one team in the country. It was the number one team in Ohio. We get in the game, and all of a sudden, we're down. No, we're up 17-2. The energy has changed. We're on the run. But then guess what? They come back before the half is over. And now the score at the half is 19-18. They went on a 16-2 run. Here's what happens next. We go to half, they're discouraged because they first started out winning and they're only up 1 now. The momentum has shifted. They begin to talk about how good the other team is. And we begin to lock them in and focus on who they are and focus on their gifts. Focus on what makes them good. Focus on what got them there in the first place. And as a result, we come back and we win that game by 17 points. It was an upset. It was an upset. We go to the next round. And now we play a team that is the number one team in the country. This team has not lost a game in over 3 years. And here we are about to play them. What I'm saying to you guys is that you got to put yourself in a position to win. Stop looking and spending all your time looking for reasons why you can't do it. Looking for ways as to why you can't be successful. And lock in on what you got and use what you got to get what you want. Now, I'm sitting at the scores table. I'm listening to the coach that have not lost in 3 years. And he says he's bragging. How many of us have seen some folk on that screen when we do our Zoom calls brag? And he's bragging. And as he's bragging, he's saying, listen, y'all know what time it is. We've been here before. We've done this before. Let's just do what we do. They're not ready for us. This is their first time. They've never been to the big show. Let's show them why we're the best in the country. And they went through all of this, and they lost by almost 15 points. We go to the championship, and unfortunately, we lose. But we walked away winners. And the reason we walked away winners, my end of the game speech was, who cares about rankings? Who cares about how many social media followers? Who cares about how good the other team is? We are good if we play our game. Can I talk to y'all you guys are good if you play your game. If you spend less time worried about what the other team is and who they are and more time focused on why you can win, I guarantee you'll be winners. And we will see upsets happen in this March Madness. Don't count yourself out. Don't count yourself out before you allow yourself to get in. Don't listen. Here's another piece as I get ready to close. And like I said, I wanted you to hear this. I was watching a fight, and the person in the fight thought that they were losing. So they began to coast. They was just trying not to get hurt. They were no longer fighting to win. They were fighting not to lose so badly. And as a result, obviously you would have thought that they would have lost. But in the corner, the fighter, the trainer says, the coach says, hey, we didn't come here to manage a loss. We came here to win. You got to give it all you got. If it's a knockout or nothing, How many of y'all know what happened? Here's the coach. Coach is telling you, don't get in March Madness to manage a loss. Come to win. Come to knock out every opponent. Those of you that are on a team, guess what? Sunday night, somebody's getting eliminated. Don't worry about who got what. You go all out from now till this weekend, and you go out swinging to win. I don't care what your numbers look like right now. I don't care what somebody else's numbers look like. If you go out to win, swinging to win, you may just knock somebody else out their spot. Last story, and I'm done. I got 2 minutes. I'm going to use it. Yesterday, my son, Chris, the one that's in Sacramento doing sales, he had a chargeback. A chargeback means one of his sales canceled. And as a result, he came up $200 short from being able to reach his bonus. So his manager says, you got 10 days to get 60 sales. It doesn't matter how big or how small those sales are. You got 10 days to do it in order to get your bonus. And so here's what he did. Yesterday, him and his girlfriend called me on FaceTime. And they said, Dad, this is what we're going to do. Because this is what they've been trained to do. Every day at lunch, they're spending their entire lunchtime together. She's the branch manager of a bank. She decided to join in with them. And they are going knocking on doors every day for 90 minutes each day during lunch together to sell those 60, get those 60 sales in the next 10 days. What's the point? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? And remember, I told you last week, who's at your table that's willing to push, that's willing to help you to get where you need to go. You may have somebody that's at your table that's not in the business, but they know a lot of people that can benefit from the flat belly lifestyle. They know a lot of people that can benefit from it, from the CBD and all of the benefits therein. Whatever you do, don't give up. Be willing to make the sacrifice to do whatever it takes to win. Listen, I'm not done, but I'm going to stop right there. As I release you today, I release you to go get it. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go get it. Go after it. Don't settle for a loss when you still got a chance to win. Give yourself the chance and let's go get it. I want you to have a supernaturally wonderful day. I hope this has helped you. If it has, y'all shoot me a text or something. Give me some feedback. If you need my help, let me know. Coach Dan is right here to help you. Matter of fact, if you got a pen and a piece of paper, here's my number, 708-945-9876. That's directly to me, 708-945-9876. Text me, let me know who you are. Let's get you scheduled. I want to help you win. All right? Until next time, as always, have a supernaturally wonderful Wakana kind of day and prosper. Peace.